Wrestling fans from around the corner, around the world. I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
It took him a second.
Always does.
Before we get to this great full-length episode of Memories and Legends, check out some of our great friends you can help support the cause to keep more Memories and Legends coming your way.
Cheer! Why, hello! I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product, so support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
We're friends, Andre, please.
Maybe you'll believe this, Hogan.
You will never, ever see it again.
Austin face to face with McMahon.
Nobody tells Stone Cold Steve Austin what to do or when to do it.
And that's the bottom line.
Neither of these superstars is leaving this match without a few scars.
The story will end with me becoming the Universal Champion.
I don't think I've ever seen two more evenly matched competitors in my life.
WWE's Greatest Rivalries, available online or wherever books are sold.
Wrestling fans, check out the brand new lapel pin from our friends at Crimson Mask. Inspired by Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, it's Bang! 316. Only $8 each or 2 for $12. If you think it makes a great holiday gift, give me a hell yeah. Get yours today at crimsonmask.bigcartel.com.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner, around the world. It's that time of year again. It's WrestleMania season. This is Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marotti, joined by...
What's up? I'm David Carter.
Got a little Samoan Islander in you right there.
Yeah, I like that. You know, I like that. That's not bad. Hang 10, you know?
Not bad. I tell you, I can't believe WrestleMania is so close. Less than 3 weeks away.
I can't wait.
It caught up on us again.
It always does.
Well, baseball is getting ready to start again, and then you know WrestleMania is here.
Absolutely. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Which should be the most exciting time of the year in the world of WWE. We were going to be talking about that, but fans, you want to talk about action and excitement personified, memories that'll last a lifetime. Well, first, Saturday night, March the 30th, right here at MWF Studios, you know who's going to be back. The man that has an endless supply of stories and experiences, the Hall of Famer, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Free admission here in studio. It's another great Memories and Legends tapings as our sidekick Billy bangs things around in the back, much like Sam. Anyway, also, you talk about big WrestleMania weekend. We're going to be at some of the live events. We're also going to be part of some of the live events. That being first, Friday, April the 5th, the birthday of Reno Chastain. Saturday, April the 6th, it's WrestleCon, Midtown Hilton, New York City. We're going to be joined by not one, not two, not three, but 4 superstars. On both days, we'll be joined by Mr. USA, Tony Atlas himself, talking about Memories and Legends, as well as a man that was involved in the world title match the last time WrestleMania was in New York at MetLife Stadium, Zeb Coulter. Then on Saturday by itself, we're going to be joined, it's going to turn into a family affair, so to speak. We're talking about WWE Hall of Famer Gerald Briscoe and former TNA standout Wes Briscoe. All 4 gentlemen will be with us that weekend. Check out BostonWrestling.com for advance, autograph, and photo pre-sales. If that wasn't enough, WrestleMania Sunday. We weren't even planning on this one until just the other day, but WrestleMania Sunday itself, we're going to be just minutes from MetLife Stadium. It is going to be mock-out at the Meadowlands. Again, we're going to have some great superstars with us signing autographs, pose photos. Zeb Coulter will be with us on the Sunday as well, along with one of your favorite tag teams in WWE modern era, JTG, Shad Gaspard.
Brooklyn.
I told you needed to bring your money, yeah, and you didn't know what I was talking about.
I had no idea because I didn't expect you to tell me about Sunday. Like you said, it was a surprise to me.
I wasn't expecting it either.
So I had no idea. But then once I said it, we went Brooklyn.
I tell you, 2 weeks ago, if you told me this was how the weekend was going to shape up, I would have said you were insane. But that's professional wrestling. And more, I don't want to say more important, but maybe just a smidgen more important. Sunday afternoon, April the 7th, 12 p.m., we're going to have that big MWF Town Hall meeting, BostonWrestling.com. Wrestling fans, especially in the Northeast, you're not going to want to miss it. Back to Wrestling Insiders now that we got the cheap plugs in, but you can always head over to eBay, too. We've got a lot of great merchandise on eBay and Patreon. It's a kind of a soft launch, but sign up there, too.
Absolutely.
All right, now what do we got?
We're going to kick off the road to WrestleMania for Monday Night Raw this past Monday. We kicked it off
Chi-Town.
Yes.
All-State Arena.
Absolutely. Home of CM Punk. Brock Lesnar came out. He kicked off the show. Drew came out. And then as Drew was walking down, he got attacked by Seth. Seth beat him with the chair, which actually was a really cool visual. That's how they kicked it off. You know, Paul Heyman had a big promo, basically hyping up the match, you know, the whole thing. I mean, what did you think of it? It's pretty much the same thing every week.
As far as the presentation or the build-up of those Brock Lesnar title defenses go, there really isn't too much different you can do with it. He's not going to get, outside of maybe one physical altercation, they're just going to be verbal promos. But I thought it brought out a great aggressive side of Seth Rollins that suits him going into the main event, per se, of WrestleMania 35. I thought it was good overall. You know, sometimes I usually will say, oh, you don't want to see, in this case, Drew McIntyre looking bad going into Mania. But when you're talking about the main event of WrestleMania, that's the time where you have to kill everybody.
Right,
no one should touch Rollins right now.
And I like the visual. Seth beat him good with the chair. So was that, like you said, it made him look strong.
Very much so. I thought that was a good open.
And then we had another kind of little promo. Finn Balor came out, wished everybody happy St. Patrick's Day. And then Bobby Lashley came out with Leo. And Finn, what do you call it, came out. Remember Braun Strowman came out, too, because he said he had a partner or something like that. Two promos back and back. It was just whatever. I don't know how you felt about it.
What I didn't like was Michael Cole ruined the surprise that it was going to be going into the commercial break.
I didn't even say that. That's right.
The partner could be monstrous. Oh, and like anyone with an ounce of common sense was not going to know who the partner was going to be.
That's what he does. But like we said, it was Finn and Braun versus Leo and Lashley. It was a good match. The crowd was really into it. But like we said, when it's a live crowd, they should be into it. But it's good because we've seen crowds that have been dead before. They're really into it. Braun and Finn won. I
thought it was a really good match. Obviously, Leo taking the pin was the right finish, where Lashley is a heel champion right now. No, I was enjoying the first part of this show very much. I thought that was a good match. Absolutely. 3 MWF alumni there.
And then we had a little backstage segment with Ronda walking in with Travis Brown, which I don't know why he's got to be involved with it at some point. Like, you know, I don't really understand it. The referees, John Cone and everybody came over and told her basically, you can't be showing up late, all this, blah, blah, blah. And she just kept on walking by. They went to a commercial break. What did you?
Nobody cares. I mean, is there anyone at home that really believes that Ronda Rousey has not been there all day?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I totally get it.
As far as trying to make her look bitchy, it was fine. I mean, I don't know enough about the husband other than that I think he was an MMA fighter at one point.
Right, he was.
Is he still?
No. Well, I mean, yes, no. Like, he hasn't fought for a while, but he hasn't announced he's retired either, so I don't know. It's up in the air.
Well, maybe they're going to have Becky Lynch beat him up, too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe. We'll see.
I don't know.
From there, we went to a moment of bliss. Oh. Elias was on it. Ended up get interrupted by No Way Jose. It was Elias versus No Way Jose. I wrote, he's got wacky hair now. I don't really understand that. But No Way Jose is a big guy. I think he's got the wrong gimmick, obviously. I think if they put something else or did something else with him, I think he could be, you know, a bigger star. I think because he's big, you know, he's in good shape. He's gotten in good shape. And he's just got a, you know, he's got a presence about him. I just think this gimmick is no good. It's just, we already tried it once with Adam Rose, except it's a little, you know what I mean? And Elias won the match. I don't know.
A friend actually asked me this week. They said, I mean, would you give Jose that gimmick? And you know what I said? No way. No, actually, in all seriousness, I think he has a tremendous amount of charisma. They're trying to keep going with it. I don't think they need to honestly invest all the, I don't know if investing the money is the right way to put it as far as all of his little tag-alongs go.
Yeah,
but
they're all...
what did it do for Adam Rose?
Right, exactly.
Anyway, but no, I think he's fine as an undercard talent. Could they do more with him? There's a lot of people they could do a lot more with.
I just feel like he's a big guy.
He is a big guy. As far as moving him up the card, I think it would need a total repackage.
Right.
Total repackage.
Absolutely.
He was someone, again, we have to bring up new talent the day after WrestleMania. The fans want to see new talent the day after WrestleMania. Has there been anything done with No Way Jose since he came up? I can't think of any notable feuds or anything he's had.
No.
As far as Elias goes, babyface, heel, it's just crickets.
It's whatever, yeah.
As soon as he's, and I don't even think he got to say, we walk with Elias.
No, he didn't say anything.
He lost the one thing that works for him. He didn't get to do it this week.
I don't understand what
he got to have a lousy match nobody cared about.
Yep. From there we had Kurt Angle came out and announced who his opponent was. I don't understand all that. Like, and then I know WWE doesn't think of it, but like Baron Corbin.
Well, from a storyline point of view,
it works, yes.
That's who he's been feuding with. It makes sense. As far as that being his swan song, it wouldn't have been, definitely not my top 5, possibly top 10.
I thought it was honestly going to be Cena. I thought, just because how Cena started with it, the whole thing, they could have went back the whole way. But I don't know. I mean, Baron Corbin's great. Don't get me wrong. I think he's great. Like you said, until he takes off what he's wearing, though, it's going to be tough.
The Vader outfit needs to come off.
But he is great. He does a great promo. He's great in the ring.
I think he has a huge amount of untapped potential at this point. Granted, he's not exactly a young guy anymore, but there were signs of it when he had the longer hair on SmackDown.
Right.
He lost a lot of that since he came to Raw. So we'll see where it goes for Baron Corbin as 2019 goes on. But he's not someone that I would give up on. He's someone I'd just make a little bit more lethal and a little bit more dangerous as opposed to kind of a cowardly type guy.
From there, we had Kurt Angle versus Chad Gable, which it was wrestler Chad Gable. This time he came in with his jacket and everything.
He forgot his robe.
If he stayed like that and wrestled in this match, I think that would have been a much bigger match. But because you got Bobby Roode and Gable and him wearing a robe, and then you got wrestle. I mean, whatever. It was a good match. Honestly, Chad Gable carried Kurt. It was a good match. Yeah. Kurt won, which, I mean, you're going to obviously have him win, but.
That's the type of match Angle needs at WrestleMania, is a guy that's going to bump and fly for him. Corbin could bump, but I don't think he's really going to be able to fly.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the type of opponent I would have tried to put in there with Angle. Someone asked me earlier today here at the studio, as a matter of fact, when they were kind of down on Corbin, I said, not Dolph Ziggler himself, but someone like Dolph Ziggler that will go out and put the focus on Angle and try and make him shine. Corbin and Angle, it's just kind of a mismatch. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that Angle's stuff really hasn't been that good since he's come back, unless he's been camouflaged in tag team matches. But he deserves a great send-off. Who knows? Maybe WWE is going to swerve us. Maybe one of these guest hosts or these correspondents or a McMahon or all these other people that are in charge.
Maybe Cena will be sitting in the crowd again.
Maybe they'll announce next week due to the fan response, we're going to replace Baron Corbin with fill in the blank. I know when we did our poll on @MWF Project X on Twitter, it was 91% thumbs down.
Wow,
for
that's a lot.
The Baron Corbin announcement. It's a lot of thumbs down.
Moving on, we had Bayley and Sasha promo. They said they're going to be making a special appearance on SmackDown, which was cool. I love what's happening right now with Natty coming out and Beth Phoenix. I think that's pretty cool, bringing back a legend. I like the women, so for me it's good. I know you don't like it. That's okay. We don't have to agree, but that makes the show better. Beth's going to step out of retirement for the match, challenges Bayley and Sasha. I thought it was good. I thought it was good stuff. I'm excited to see what happens because Natty can go. We know Beth could go. We'll see her in this match. Sasha and Bayley are good. It's going to be a great tag match. Something that you always, talk about.
It's going to turn into an overbooked multi-tag team match with all brands, and it's going to suck.
Okay.
Nobody cared about Beth Phoenix. On the Twitter poll, 74% thumbs down. So I don't think anyone's really all that. There are 26% apparently that do care about seeing Beth, but it's just a match that doesn't even need to be presented on an already overbooked WrestleMania card, especially if you add Haku and the Barbarian there, Jackson, Tamina.
Well, that happens during. We might as well get into that.
And Iconics.
Natty
so
versus
I mean,
Bailey, and
it's going to turn into a boring four-way match that no one's going to care about. It's going to take place during a very long WrestleMania card when we'll be sitting there going, next.
You'll be going next.
No,
I'll be living this.
I'll be going to the bathroom.
Yeah. 17 matches, they're saying.
I don't see anything wrong with that if they're good matches.
Right. Like I said, they had a match after. It was Bailey and Natty. What'd you call them this week? What'd you call them?
Haku and the Barbarian.
Haku and Barbarian came out after, so that was pretty good.
It was great. Yeah,
And then remember we were talking about 2 weeks ago about Mojo losing in that segment? He was back. What the heck happened? It's back again. I don't understand. You leave it alone. You remember you said it wasn't working. You said it probably wasn't working for them, and now it's back. So they must have just forgot. Someone must have watched Raw a few weeks back and said, "Oh man, we forgot to add that."
At this point, I would hold off on that until after WrestleMania,
right?
Because you can't put a focus.
Because it's not going to do anything. Because he's going to be in the Battle Royal. That's about it.
Mojo seems like he's lost his mojo. No pun intended. No, I don't think anyone really cares.
We had Ricochet versus Jinder Mahal next. No black this week. It was a good match. I mean, I like Jinder Mahal. He's a great worker. Have a good match with anybody. Ricochet's awesome. Like we said, that's going to be money someday. Ricochet won.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
Mahal was someone that shouldn't have left SmackDown.
No.
They've had nothing for him to do on Raw.
Right. Now he's just enhancement talent pretty much for other means. Like I said, he's a great worker. I mean, I love the guy. I think he was awesome.
Ricochet, did Mahal exactly compliment his talent? Not exactly. He got the win.
Right.
But, again, I would go out of my way to keep Ricochet, even winning, very, very special with his unique talent, his unique look, and his unique size.
Yep.
I have big beliefs that he could do a lot of special things in WWE on the main roster, and I almost think maybe he was taken away from NXT a little too soon, but with the platform given to him, he's certainly out there working 110%, and I've enjoyed what I've seen on Raw and SmackDown. You know, that's one thing I hate, though. All these, I almost said all these TNA guys, all these NXT guys not being put onto one show.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just lack of focus, lack of long-term thought.
From there, we had Dana Brooke versus Ronda Rousey.
Oh.
Extremely quick. It's almost like, why even do it? It was just so quick. I'll agree with you. It was awful. Like, I don't understand the point. Ronda won. I think the whole point of it was to have Travis Brown hit a ref. But why is he getting involved? Why? It should be Ronda or nobody. Like, I don't know. Now he's barred from rings to come to WWE. I understand the story, but I don't understand bringing him involved unless the Conor McGregor thing somewhere, some way is getting involved, and that's where Travis, you know what I mean, is going to be in Ronda. I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's just say you're right. The Conor McGregor thing is a big secret that is going to happen.
I'm just saying because he's, you know what I mean?
Don't you think it's a little too late to kind of put him in the picture?
Maybe
with
they're
only
waiting
2 Raws left?
I don't know. You know how they work, man. Cena hasn't even announced. Undertaker's not announced yet.
But this is a guy that, if he's going to do it, they're going to be investing multi-millions of dollars in.
I get that. I'm just saying. You know what? I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just food for thought.
I don't think you exactly want to say it. I think what you're thinking is that it sucked.
Oh,
is that what you're thinking? Yes, you are thinking it sucked.
That segment was not good to me. I just thought maybe the only reason why he was there is because of that. I have no idea.
And here is where I'm going to take a bullet from some people, I'm sure. And they're going to say, how can you say such a thing about a woman? But I'm going to say it anyway because it's the entertainment business. Part of the way you look is part of the job. I don't know what's wrong with Dana Brooke's face. And people can say, what's wrong with your face? Believe me, there's a lot. I've been told that by the doctor when I came out of the womb, but that's a different story for a different time. I mean, her lips were just so big.
Oh, I think she's beautiful.
They were huge.
She looks good.
I was ready for Becky Lynch and Charlotte to come running out from her lips. They were huge.
She's beautiful.
They were like a raft that you'd put in a pool.
All right, let's move on.
And never mind the fact that she wasn't very good. I'm sure she's a delightful human being.
She's awesome.
I'm sure she gives it her best. She's just not that enjoyable to watch through my eyes.
Okay.
And as far as her, I never noticed her not being an attractive woman until they did that close-up interview with her before she went to the ring.
I think she's beautiful.
And
different taste.
They would just, it was like this. It was like, look at my lips.
Let's
look
go
at my
on.
lips.
Enough. We're spending too much time on this. Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews was next. Good match. Apollo won with a roll-up. Quick. Not much to say about it. I mean, I guess they're trying to make Apollo relevant. I don't know.
But see, they didn't make Apollo relevant.
No, he didn't. But I'm saying
it's not like it was an effect. It was more of a loss for Corbin than it was a win for Apollo.
Absolutely. I'm just saying that's, you know what I mean? Exactly.
I don't think it helped Corbin going into a feature match at WrestleMania. They can say, oh, he was just distracted.
Right.
Maybe if they just did it once, but, you know, it'll happen many times.
Exactly.
On the same show.
My favorite part of the Raw was up next, which was Bautista Satellite from Tampa, Florida.
That was good.
I thought that was really good. I think Batista's really coming into his zone as being a heel, even though, like you said, why have him as a heel? Like, I thought it was good. He doesn't like Triple H. These were highlights that he said. Doesn't like Triple H. Stopped saying he quit. He's in control, and he wants to end Triple H's career. And it's going to be Vince needs to realize to fire Triple H, which I thought was pretty, you know, ballsy to say.
I just think, you know, the roles are reversed in this one. And I still think if I had the magic pencil and Mr. McMahon wanted my input, I would have played off the real fact that Bautista wanted to come back, and they roadblocked him for a period of time.
Yeah.
I think that was very believable. There seems to be this thought that Triple H can't be a heel now because of his involvement with NXT. I don't believe that to be true. I think Triple H is a very effective heel. And I think this go-around, the people would want to cheer for Dave Bautista.
I mean, and if they're going to do that, why not have Triple H, the NXT, be Paul then? And then have Triple H be his game. You know what I mean? If Paul, you know, have him be Paul Levesque.
Let's just call them by their wrestling names.
No,
I'm not you. I'm just getting tired of all these people calling them each other by their real name on a wrestling show.
Well, no, I'm saying if he wants to be the NXT guy, you know what I mean, that's not on the camera, let him be that guy, and then he can be Triple H.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. No. I'm
That
not
makes
saying
sense.
use the names. No. I'm saying, but like, you know what I mean, to describe them, whatever.
Do you know, I can't think of the exact verbiage, but on, you know, Batista's theme song, you know, I walk alone, I walk into this pit of danger. Do you know, I found out this week where the pit of danger, it actually originated? Dana Brooks' lips.
Okay.
The pit of danger.
Anyways, I knew it was, bum. There you go. Backstage promo with Braun, that I can't believe it. He's entering the Andre Battle Royal. I'm just like, this guy
Could you come up with anything less for him the past 2 years?
It was such a disappointment. I literally looked at are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, he's been hot all year, and this is what they have for him at WrestleMania. I'm hoping by next year in Tampa, he's doing something unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievably lack of creativity, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. And then from there, we got Drew came out. He cut a little promo.
Oh, Drew McIntyre. Okay.
Sorry, Drew McIntyre, I guess I'll say. He challenged Roman at WrestleMania. Roman wasn't there because he beat him up so bad he had to take a week off.
Concussion.
Yeah.
I guess everybody else whose head hits the pole, they took their anti-concussion pills before the show.
Absolutely. From there, I went to Drew versus Seth Rollins. It was a great match. Crowd was hot, like they should be. I always point that out now just because of how we had a string of bad crowds. Crowd was hot for it. Brock came out. He distracts Seth. Drew hit him with a good Claymore kick, man. That looked very good visual. Seth took it great. Seth's a great worker, though, so I don't expect anything less. Obviously, Drew won the match. You go from there.
I thought it was a good finish, but why did they just do it a couple of matches before with Corbin and Apollo Crews?
Right. I get it. I know. I mean.
You know, when you want to like something so much, and you just see so many things that make you shake your head, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
I can understand why what fans may call, or the industry may call, the internet wrestling community can be so frustrated. I think more than they want to attack the product, they just want a product they can enjoy. And overall, I'll tell you this, I thought overall it was a pretty good show. The fans gave it the thumbs down in the poll. I was surprised.
For when we graded now, since we're at the end of it, that was the end of Raw, I give it a 7. That's what I give it.
I'd give it a 6. So
okay,
we were
so
close
enough.
It wasn't bad, but I mean, was there anything all
honestly,
that memorable?
With these should be 9. No, we should be grading them 9s, 10s, maybe 8, not 7 and 6. And that's bad for me because I'm a huge fan. I'm a fan before anything else, and I'm grading in 7. That's pretty low. You know what I mean? I just figure they should be so much better. But what are you going to do?
It's disappointing.
And that was the end of Raw.
And as far as Raw next week in Boston goes, there really aren't any big guns on that one either.
Other than
So I'm going to be
coming back.
interested to see what maybe surprises they have.
Roman, that's about it.
Maybe would we see the Boston area's own John Cena in Boston?
Ooh.
What about The Undertaker? I was told that there could be a, not who, It's not like I'm depriving the fans, but there could be a surprise in the works as far as a little star power goes. Hopefully it's someone that hasn't been around, or I think the fans in Boston would enjoy seeing Bautista after a long layoff.
Absolutely.
In Boston. I don't think he was in Boston at all during that 2014 run, was he?
I don't remember if he was.
I don't think so. All right, well, we'll go from there. All right, wrestling fans, we're going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we'll be talking the Gauntlet Challenge on SmackDown Live. Stand by, and don't forget, this Sunday, I don't know if it's Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. There's some great debate about that. Visit WWE.com for complete information. But the WWE Road to WrestleMania comes to the Mullins Center in Amherst, Massachusetts. Check it out.
Amherst. On Sunday, March 24th, WWE Live returns on the road to WrestleMania with a massive main event as Braun Strowman collides with Baron Corbin in an epic battle. Plus, anything goes when Finn Balor takes on Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre in a brutal triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. And don't miss your favorite superstars. It's WWE Live on the road to WrestleMania in Amherst, Sunday, March 24th. Tickets are available.
They're ready to take their rightful place amongst the literary greats. Who, you ask?
The New Day!
That's who. It's the Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. It's the feel-good story of the rise of the New Day. Loaded with games, trivia, coloring pages, and so much more. The Book of Booty. Shake it, love it, never be it. Available now, online, or wherever books are sold.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marotti, joined by Mr. David Conner. The road to WrestleMania is underway. We talked about Monday Night Raw from Chicago. What about Hoosier? The Hoosier area. Indianapolis, baby. The home of WrestleMania 8.
The road continued on SmackDown, and we kicked it off with The Miz. The Miz had a great promo. I don't know, he, what do you call it, basically warned Shane McMahon, said he's rotten to the core. He's like Vince. Crowd was behind, what do you call it, Miz, obviously. But do you like Miz as a heel or a face?
Heel.
Me too.
I think that was more of a, we're here, we want to cheer, and this is the opening part of the show type of cheer. I think the fans would much rather be booing The Miz and cheering Shane. Miz is the kind of heel you can have fun. One thing you got to
say, though, is The Miz is great at whatever he's
He is very good, but he's more value in him as a heel.
Yeah.
And I think Shane is better as a face.
Huh?
That's just one man's opinion.
It's so weird switching them like that, too.
Am I wrong? Did they not announce that the Gauntlet match was supposed to open the show?
I thought that, because I thought that's what the notification said, but then I
so I'm not the only one.
I reread it and said, tonight, watch Kofi run the Gauntlet tonight on SmackDown the 2nd. They sent one out like the week before, like telling you what's going to happen next week on SmackDown. Then that night.
I could have sworn they sent me a piece of promotional material that said it was going to open the show. And I went out of my way to try and tune in at 8, and then I saw The Miz and doing a promo, and I was just kind of... Whatever.
All right, from there we had Sasha and Bayley versus the Iconics, which, you got to admit, that was a good match.
Did you see the spots they missed in the beginning of the match?
But throughout the whole thing, I mean,
No. That's independent level.
Okay.
Come on.
No. You're wrong. Because you know what? Men miss it and you never call it out. But because they're women, you're going to call it out.
It just looks worse.
No, it doesn't. It's the same thing. You just don't call it out.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm not going to argue with you. Girls worked well. I even wrote that. Iconics won because they cheated, obviously. Yeah, they had a couple of spots. But you know what? We never call the men on it because there are definitely misses and mess-ups on the men. But we'd never say anything because they're men. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going down to that level.
I will pay one of the Iconics a compliment. I don't know which one is which.
Well, Peyton or...
I don't know which is which.
I don't. One has black hair, one has browner hair.
Who's the one with the brown hair?
Peyton.
Whatever it is that's changed about her since she dyed her hair brown makes her look much more like a superstar. I don't know what it is, but it's a good thing.
All right, well,
the match sucked.
We won't even go over it.
I don't want to see them at WrestleMania, but she looks more like a superstar that they can push now that I don't know what it is, just a little color change.
From there, we had a Rey Mysterio promo in the back. Dominic returned after how many years from not being on TV?
Yeah, Dominic. It's been almost as long as Kurt Angle's layoff.
He had him come over. He said he's going to face Joe at Mania, which was just random.
What a big build-up to it,
yeah,
right?
That's what I mean. Joe's a bully, so Dominic said Joe's a bully and that my father beats bullies, so that's what's going to happen. He's facing him at WrestleMania.
I think,
and it's been 8 years since he's been on WrestleMania. Is that what they said?
7.
7 years?
I think
okay.
Cody Rhodes was his last one.
Oh, yeah. So.
I think Dominic may be getting the coquina clutch at WrestleMania. I see him being involved in the finish.
He's so much bigger than his father, too. It's so funny.
I know, right?
The visual's so funny.
Kind of a disappointing announcement.
And then we had something in the ring, another nice thing. Kevin Owens comes out for
the
that
was really nice, yeah.
What I'm happy about is so far so good. The crowd still likes what's going on with the Becky Lynch, Charlotte feud and everything. They like what's going on. They're very into it. I thought that pull-apart brawl that they had was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. Nothing has made me go, oh, God, we got 2 more weeks. I'm excited to see what happens next week. I thought that pull-apart brawl was fantastic, and they're keeping them away from Raw, which I like. They're not on both shows. Because remember, we were afraid we're going to have 8 shows.
Yep.
So I think that's very good what they're doing there.
I thought the angle was fine. I feel like I've seen enough of them. I feel like they're overbooking it at this point. Like we mentioned on Raw, having the husband involved. I think people know what the feud is. I think you water down the issue the more you have them in each other's orbits at this point. I'd give one a singles match on one show and the other one off, and vice versa the next week, and have a highlight package to build it up. There doesn't need to be any more interactions between the two.
Do you think Becky's on Raw this next week in Boston? Because, Irish.
I think she's on the house show in Allentown. Check out WWE.com for complete event information.
From there, we had another promo. It was Daniel Bryan's promo in the ring. Kofi doesn't deserve the title shot. New D came out.
That's some broccoli, yeah.
Crowd was somewhat behind Kofi, but they weren't like they were a few weeks ago. They were just, they were there, but they weren't over the top like they were a few weeks ago. And then we had the gauntlet match. I'll start off with this one. Kofi versus Sheamus. Great match. Great match, man. It was a great gauntlet from start to finish. I thought the gauntlet was awesome, but that Kofi Sheamus match, because Kofi can sell his ass off, man.
He can.
Oh my God, he took a beat and it was great. It was Kofi obviously won. What did you think of that, or do you want me to go through all of them?
You go through all of them.
Okay, and then we had Kofi versus Cesaro. It was a quicker match. It was good. Cesaro's great too. Another guy that just hasn't been able to take off as a single, but as a tag, he's been good. Kofi won that obviously. Then we had Eric Rowan. That, not so much, but I like how they just had him use the DQ with the chair, so you didn't have to worry about Kofi trying to beat the bigger dude.
They used common sense.
Right, exactly. That's what I like. I thought that was great. Kofi versus Samoa Joe. Joe's awesome. I even wrote it. Joe's so good for how big he is. He's so athletic. It's unbelievable. And I would actually like to see them two actually go in a match together, have a good match together. I think it would be great. Kofi beats that. Joe attacked him after with the coquina clutch. Getting down. Then Randy Orton came out for the last man. What we thought was the last man. Kofi, that was another great match. Kofi pinned out Randy Orton. Vince McMahon comes out and congratulated Kofi, which the crowd thought it was over. Yes, the New Day came out, and he said, you're going to WrestleMania if you beat just one more guy. And who was it? Daniel Bryan, and we had Daniel Bryan versus Kofi. Daniel Bryan won. And everybody went home sad again on SmackDown. Vince McMahon, baby, he does it again. Pulls the swerve.
Overbooked. It reminded me of SummerSlam 2003. If you recall that period of time, it was the event itself was when the fans were as behind Goldberg as they ever got in WWE.
Right. Yep.
But they still had to wind up having him lose at SummerSlam, and he won the title in a very forgettable Unforgiven the next month, the September B pay-per-views. They thought they could enhance the buys with it. Sometimes you have to go with the hot hand. And with Kofi, much like the women's match, I think Kofi is cooled as a result of all these swerves that aren't exactly helping the cause. One man's opinion. I'm very happy that Kofi's in a main event position. He's a great human being. He's an MWF alumni. I don't like the fact that they always throw it there, oh, he's been here 11 years and he's been waiting. Look, the championship belt should not be a Lifetime Achievement Award. They should be put on the best talents. Not to say that Kofi isn't deserving of it. I just think that kind of makes him look like amateur hour.
I get what you're saying, but I kind of understand why they're doing it too, because they're probably trying to get as much as they can behind Kofi, so when they do Kofi at DB, they have that kind of Daniel Bryan story behind it, so they can show that package of him going through the gun. I know what you're saying, old book, but I also understand because how scared is Vince probably putting the title on him if they do put it on Kofi? Now you actually...
You know what? I personally, I'd like to see it, but I just don't think Kofi's character, based upon what he's done over the past several years, would be credible as the champion of a brand.
So let me ask you this:
Personally, I'd like to see it happen.
We're going to have a prediction show.
If I was Vince McMahon, I would not put it on Kofi.
We're going to have a prediction show next week. We already agreed that. But what I want to ask you is, do you think they're going to put the title on Kofi from what you see so far?
No.
No. Okay. That's it. That's all. And that was SmackDown.
Yeah, and it reminds me of another reminder of 2003. What did it say about 2003? When at one point Booker was going to go over on Triple H, they made Booker T look abysmal in the booking leading up to it. And then when they came to terms with Goldberg, they came in, they said, oh, well, sorry, Booker, you're out of it. So they made Booker look like a not much leading into WrestleMania, where he would get the win back and get the shine back. And then the show, not only did he take the pedigree, but it was a pedigree with, if you remember the finish, a delayed pin. By, it wasn't pedigree 1, 2, 3. It was pedigree, long gap, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That hurt Booker T as far as main event credibility went. And I think you're seeing the same thing with Kofi. And I think at the same time, you could have done what they did with Bryan, but you didn't have to have Joe job. You didn't have to have Randy Orton job. There were a lot of guys you could have put in there with Kofi at that point to have him beat and look better coming out of it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And again, you want to know what it boils down to? They don't have enough variety as far as the number of bodies on that show go. Joe shouldn't. He's the U.S. champion. He shouldn't be losing as an afterthought in a gauntlet match by a pinfall. And the same thing with Orton. He has a big match.
Right, and the guys like Kevin Owens, he doesn't have a match. Why isn't he should be in that?
There you go.
Like I don't.
And that would have, from a storyline point of view, it would have made sense. Vince could have said,
I thought of it, but I don't like putting it out there because I don't want you to poo-poo all over.
If you beat, Vince could have said to Owens, if you beat Kofi, you get the title shot. Or maybe if Vince brought him out as the last guy instead of Daniel Bryan.
That's what I thought it was going to be when he said there's one more guy. I thought it was going to be Kevin Owens because he doesn't have a match. He only had that little segment. I don't know. But whatever. That was SmackDown.
And what would you rate it?
That, 6. Other than the gauntlet match, everything else was promo.
I hate to say it because I like Kofi so much, but I'd say a 5. There wasn't anything
like we said,
horrible, but there was nothing memorable.
These next 2 weeks of shows better be 8s, 9s, and 10s because we shouldn't be grading it that low.
No,
like
it's WrestleMania season.
Yeah.
This isn't...
Allentown. This Monday, March 25th, WWE Live returns on the road to WrestleMania as AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Daniel Bryan clash for the WWE Championship in an Anything Goes triple threat match. Plus, Asuka battles Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship in an epic battle. And don't miss Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, and The New Day. It's the WWE Live Road to WrestleMania tour this Monday, March 25th. Tickets are available now.
See the moments
Generation X invades WCW.
you'll always remember. Like never before.
Occupy Raw has taken over.
With Raw, the first 25 years, packed with rare photos, profiles of your favorite superstars, and so much more. From the very first Raw to the 25th anniversary, it's the ultimate guide to WWE's flagship show. Raw, the first 25 years. Available now.
All right, wrestling fans, we are counting down the days, literally now, till WrestleMania weekend. I can't wait to hit New York City, Brooklyn, Times Square, East Rutherford, New Jersey. A lot of great friends. Tony Atlas, Zeb Coulter, Jerry Briscoe, and Wes Briscoe at WrestleCon. At Mark out at the Meadowlands. It's Zeb Coulter in Crime Time with us. Who knows? We're still talking to a lot of other people. We may have more friends with us.
Be fun.
Get the autograph and photo tickets in advance and save a couple bucks. It also makes life a little less stressful for us. BostonWrestling.com. Again, the eBay has got so much cool merchandise on there. You'll be about as excited as Cecil when he sees Sam. That's a different story for a different time. As well as the Patreon. We don't have everything up yet, but we have DVD, full-length studio shoot interviews on there, full-screen versions of Memories and Legends and Wrestling Insiders. We're running out of time here. For Dave Carter, I believe you are, not Dan Marotti. I'm Dan Marotti. We'll see you Sunday at the Mullins Center in Amherst, Massachusetts. Monday Night Live from the TD Garden in Boston. And who knows, maybe we'll pop into Mohegan Sun Tuesday for SmackDown Live. You and yours, be well.
Providence. On Tuesday, May 21st, feel the thrill of WWE SmackDown Live with a night of excitement.
What is going on here?
Kevin Owens is back. That's what's going on.
As Kevin Owens clashes with Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. Plus, AJ Styles collides with Randy Orton in an epic battle. It's WWE SmackDown Live in Providence on Tuesday, May 21st. Tickets and ring center packages are available.